describe him as a race car driver?
Oh, he's aggressive, you know, and a lot of us have been, and I've been accused of it, of course, through the times of racing and growing up, but I didn't wreck everybody every single week. So, I mean, that's a problem that I've seen with him. And, you know, whether it's a veteran driver like Jeff Gordon or Mark Martin or Tony Stewart that can maybe sit down with him and have a discussion. I've had that discussion with Stewart. It wasn't very fun, but I learned a lot from it.
All right, thanks, Kyle. Kyle starts 5th today. Should be exciting with Brad Keselowski starting 1st.
Right here.
He's got it. Oh, the contact. And he takes the position back. Oh, Kyle, will he retaliate? Yes, he turns him. Joey Logano goes past. He gets through it. The caution is out. And there is damage to the points leader. All right, let's go back and look at it all.
They battled for about 10 laps here. You see Kyle got just a little bit loose there as he pulled up in front. Yeah, that's Bristol racing. You know, each one of them, you have to know that he's going to take that chance, but that right there is a payback, folks. That's all that is.
I thought I had him cleared on the back, and I moved up in front of him, and instead of him doing an Earnhardt crossover move, he decided that he'd just run in the back of me and put me in the fence. So that's Brad Keselowski. So, you know, I went down to the next corner and dumped him. I mean, but he does it to everybody else. Why can't I do it to him? So whatever.
Oh, y'all are so loving. Thank you. Kyle Busch, driver of the number 18 double mint Camry, ready to win it again.
Brad Keselowski, driver of the Penske Racing Dodge. Kyle Busch is an ass.
About Keselowski's little pre-race declaration. Who? Brad Keselowski?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay. He drives the number 12 car.
I saw it, but I passed it.
Fair enough.
Logano jumps up in the groove right in front of Danny Hamlin, and wait for it. Pow.
What did we say when we were watching this? If he doesn't move Jeff Gordon, somebody's going to move him.
And that's exactly what happened with his ex-teammate from Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin, in the 11.
But Larry, you see that little tap and how absolutely on the edge these cars are?
All right, we've had some pit stops under this caution, Krista.
Matt Yoakum is with Denny Hamlin.
And Denny Hamlin talking things over right now with Darian Grubb. Emotions have settled, Denny. A lot of conversation a couple of weeks ago after Phoenix on Twitter between yourself and Joey. Was this a carryover, what took place today?
No, it didn't have anything to do with that. Really, you know, got to control your car, and he slid up into me, and really he would have been in the garage with no radiator in it had I not checked up twice. So, you know, I just, you know, I meant to run into him, didn't mean to spin him out, but you know, his day was fine. He still had a bad day anyway for whatever reason. So, you know, it's just we finished bad. He finished bad. It's you know, it's even.
What did he say inside the car?
He said he was coming for me. So I usually don't see him, so it's usually not a factor.
All right, thanks, Denny. Chris?
Wow, a shot. Well, in California next Sunday, we'll see if Logano can catch up with Hamlin. Who?
That's for me to know and Danny to know. So frustrating. I had a really fast Shell Pennzoil Ford that I felt like it was capable of winning the race. Very proud of the guys for giving me a car like that. And it's unfortunate getting frustrated, you know, running a lot better than where we've been finishing. And then probably fixed it pretty good. And then it got knocked in the back again, ripped the quarter panel loose. So here I'm watching the replay here. I mean, it's Bristol, but it's ridiculous. It's not. I feel like I race him clean all the time, and he's going to do that. So I understand the way he races now that he's not my teammate, and I will race him the same way he races me.
Chris, you can definitely tell there is still some bad blood between these guys, and it's getting, I think, hotter yet.
Yeah, fair enough. It's not Twitter, it's Bristol.
Last year, rivals this year. Friends, maybe never. But Joey Logano and Denny Hamlin are going to settle this right now.
Whoa, Hamlin cutting some slack. He had a run on him. Oh, Hamlin. Joey got loose. He got a little sideways off the floor.
There you go. Hamlin gave him a shot. One to go.
Outside, barely. Outside.
Hamlin there. Logano to the bottom, trying to hold his ground.
That's going to be tough, though. But he's been running good on the bottom. If he can just clear Hamlin right there.
No way. He's going to lose his momentum. They're going to touch hard. Are they going to make it?
Neck and neck.
Down the back, side by side.
Kyle Busch closing in.
Watch out for the third-place car, Kyle Busch. He's looking.
Hamlin edges ahead. They touch. They touch, and here comes Kyle. Hamlin, Logano on the wall. Hamlin spins down the racetrack, and Kyle Busch wins in California.
I thought they'd be nice to each other. They weren't. Hard impact on the 11 car, head on. I don't like the looks of that.
Hard hit to the inside wall for Hamlin. A bounce off the outside wall for Logano.
Slight advantage, but then Joey fights back, and this is where they really go nuts down here in turn 3. Gotta run, got a slight edge, but then Joey gets loose on the bottom. Watch his car, gets loose, walks up the hill. They make contact. Then they really get together, and that's when the 22 went in the wall, and the 11 hit that inside wall hard. Watch his car. Watch the back of the car. Ooh, I mean, the whole car just came up off the ground.
And I don't see any safer barrier in that area right there.
I don't either, Larry.
But, Darrell, I agree with you. That's not over.
He basically just dumped him. Certainly could have been avoided, no doubt about that. They had a great race going on. What looked like.
That is Brad walking directly toward Kyle Busch's pit.
Guys, use your head. Don't be silly. We don't drive the car. We just work on it. Be smart.
Well, you know, it was hard racing up until that. It was good hard racing, Vince. That was probably going to be for the win. Without that yellow, it's doubtful the 18 would have made it. I guess maybe it would, but the odds were in the favor of whoever was going to win the battle between me and Kyle. So I'm sure Kyle knew that. He didn't want me to race him hard, so he just dumped me down the straightaway. So, you know, I think that's pretty self-explanatory, and I'm not going to stand for it. So, you know, he's got a lot more to lose than I do. I guess that's the only good thing about now being in the chase.
I was hard racing. You know, there was a lot of moments where, you know, maybe I felt a little crowded, but there, the contact there that ultimately ended it, I just got real tight off of 4. I've been battling tight underneath them and behind them and everything else, and finally I thought I had a run, and I tried to stay in the gas so I could get a run on him and get to his quarter and side draft him down the front straightaway, and I got too tight, got inside his wake, and it just got too close to him, spun him out. So.
There was that. Then Keselowski and Kenseth, with Keselowski running into Tony Stewart. And the fenders had bent even after the checkered flag.
We'll have to see what all brought all of that on, but unhappy drivers for sure.
Well, look, more. That's Matt Kenseth.
You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow. You hit me under yellow. Turn it loose. Turn it loose. Let it go, Paul.
the garage is an interesting place to be right now. Huh, Dave?
Matt, what is the message you tried to get across to Brad there?
Well, I mean, besides the race, I mean, he knew I was out there. That restart wrecked me, which, you know, I guess I shouldn't have went out there. Really the safety. I mean, he was doing something with Denny there. I don't know if he was mad at him. And then I had my hands off, my seatbelts off, and everything, and he clobbers me at like 50. So the accidents and stuff we had around here, I mean, just race is over. We're trying to come back to pit road. He wants to come and talk about it like a man, go do that. But to try to wreck somebody on the racetrack and then come down pit road with other cars and people standing around with my seatbelts off and driving aside of me is just unexcusable. It's just, there's no excuse for that. He's a champion. He's supposed to know better than that. He's just, you know, I don't really have anything else good to say.
Matt, you were involved in the 63 to go restart. What was going on there?
On the restart, I just rolled outside of him in the dog leg, and he knew I was there and just ran me out of the room, ran me in the wall because he didn't want to get past, which I shouldn't have went there, but there's a lot of guys you can race like that, and they know you're there, and they'll give you the room, and he's usually one of them. He just, he did it on purpose, just ran me in the wall because he didn't want to get past.
Thanks, Matt. Full of emotion.
Yeah, we were on that green-white checker. We had Brad behind us. We knew he was going to be aggressive because it's his only shot, but it's, you know, he just ran right into us and knocked us up the racetrack, and I showed him his displeasure on the cool-down lap, and I brake-checked him down the back stretch to give everyone the whole story. And then he tried to spin us out. Then we got to pit lane, and he just plowed into the 14 and the 20. His belts were off, and he ran into him, and then ran into us again coming on pit road. Then he went through the garage and did burnouts, and he knocked somebody's transmission clear through somebody else's pit stall. So he was just out of control, and we're just, you know, we got to think about us here going forward. That's the important thing. But you know, NASCAR said no tolerance for stuff like that, and you got to just be a little bit more mature. But I'm proud of my FedEx Ground team. We didn't have the greatest car today, but we battled back, and we had a top 5.
This can't carry over. This has to stop here.
NASCAR hasn't told me anything. They told me, don't go after him. You got too much to lose. If I would have wrecked, he would have been in big trouble. I'd been waiting for him, but he cost us 6 spots, but what goes around comes around.
Well, I think first off, Detroit General Parks Ford was good today. We're probably going to have a 4th or 5th place run, and just didn't catch a break in so many different ways, but I'm really proud of running Team Penske. And then, you know, through just this whole sequence of events, you know, I think the 20 car gotten back at me on one of the restarts, just a racing deal. I wasn't mad at him, but when the last yell came out, he got the waiver on when he came by and swung at my car and tore the whole right front off of it. And when we were restarting 5th with no right front on it, we fell all the way back to 16th and ruined our day and gave us a big chase hurt, which is unfortunate. And then for some reason after the race, the 11 stopped in front of me and tried to pick a fight, and I don't know what that was all about. And he swung and hit at my car, so I figured if we're going to play car wars under yelling after the race, I'll join too. So, you know, those guys can dish it out, but they can't take it, and I gave it back to them, and now they want to fight. So I don't know what's up with that.
What about the contact on pit road with the 20 and the 14 of Tony Stewart?
Yeah, well, you know, I rubbed into 20, and I think he gassed up and ran into Tony, and I don't think Tony knew what was going on. So he's probably upset, and he has every right to be. You know, his car got tore up, but there was a whole lot of other stuff.
Entire race car is able to 22 to catch him.
Here comes the 22. He's closed the gap all over the back bumper now as they've caught the slower traffic. And around goes the 20, sideways in front of the 22. Kansas slides. Caution comes out. The 22 was all over the back bumper of the 20 as they entered turn 1.
I got slants when I come the first time. Joey spun me out, lifted my tires off the ground.
And so he tries to block. He goes to the apron. He knows the 22's coming up. He comes up to block him. A big block onto the 22, and the 22 drives in, catches him in the left rear quarter panel, spins the 20 out. Matt Kenseth with a great save to stay off the wall, but the damage to the points and the ultimate win has been done. The 20 will have to come get tires. His chance to win today is over.
And Matt Kenseth had.
This is good, hard racing. You know, we were racing each other really hard, and you know, I felt like I got fenced twice down the straightaways, and he raced me hard, so I raced him hard back. And that's just that's hard racing. That's the way I race. If I get raced like that, I'll race the same way. That's just how I've always been, and it'll always be that way. So I just really couldn't be more proud of this team, though. You know, to be sitting in such a great position going into Talladega makes us feel really, really good.
You have blocked some people from victory lane here today, including Matt. How do you feel about that strategy-wise going into round 3, the third race in this round?
The fact that we're the only team that can relax right now is going to pay big dividends when we get to Martinsville. Everyone else is a little bit nervous. Our goal is still to win the race, even though we were moved on to the next round. Our goal is still to win that race and try to get some guys nervous for next week. That's kind of the strategy.
Yeah, it's hard to drive the car with the rear tires off the ground. So, I was moving around the best I could. Joey was a lot tighter, a lot faster on a short run, but we were so much better in a long run. And I could still kind of get up the top and get around them and catching 2-lap cars. And crazy so I was clear, and I pulled up in front of him, and he just lifted my tires off the ground and wrecked me.
What will you talk to Joey about in regards to this incident?
Oh, I won't talk to Joey. I don't have anything to talk to him about, really. So, you make decisions every day. You make decisions every minute behind the wheel. To me, strategically, that doesn't seem like such a great decision for him. But it's the one he made, and that's how he wanted to win. So I'm one of the only guys I think that haven't been into it yet with Joey, and I've always raced him with a ton of respect. I've actually been one of his biggest fans. Certainly not anymore, but I always was. So, it's a shame. I'm glad the car's not wrecked. We'll just go and tell it again.
Logano cuts in front of Kenseth, getting onto pit road, and they make contact. Afterwards, Kenseth was not impressed with the incident.
Tell that 22 I'm going to knock his out after the race. You tell him to hide behind his daddy. He from the third lane. I don't even think he was going to pit for right down in front of me and brake check me. Cancel, buddy. Cancel.
And Kenseth cleared by Logano. Maybe no. Kenseth takes him out. Logano into the wall. Caution comes out and the crowd roars.
Talked about it after what we saw a couple weeks ago. I was the first to say I never expected that to happen out of the 20 car.
Helmets coming off of the crew members of the 20. Joey Logano stuck in the grass. If the 20 of Matt Kenseth can continue, NASCAR has said he will be parked. Helmet is already off of the 20. And we have to remind you why this is happening. A couple races ago at Kansas, Matt Kenseth was leading. Joey Logano running second. You can tell how the fans feel about it. Place.
Clearly the 22 is lapping the 20, and 20 obviously intentionally wrecked him, and like what happened the week before was more than 2 weeks before was more than it should have been, and just flat wrecking.
Matt Kenseth already not having the day that he wanted to have. And the opportunity presented itself at a short track.
Still down there. Still down there. Still down there. Still down there.
Once the favorite for the title, Joey Logano out of his car. Matt Kenseth out of his car. It will be an
Logano, they bounce off each other, and Matt Kenseth will go onto the apron.
I guess it's okay that he passed you below the line.
I'll just get in right here. Excuse me.
He and Logano must have had something.
Wow.
Again? Those two have quite the history.
But did you see?
Joey Logano, you know the history with him and Matt Kenseth. Kenseth, again, wrecking and saying Joey bumped him out of the line. This is him saying and warning Logano after the race moments ago. You can interpret what he's saying when the finger is pointed in the direction.
For third.
3 wide going in there to turn 3.
This is going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly down here, boys.
And pushes around. Martin Truex is money in Las Vegas. He wins. Kyle Busch slides down the pit road, and teammates are side by side at the finish for fourth.
Williams.
There's trouble on pit road.
Is that Kyle Busch in the middle there?
It's Kyle Busch and Logano.
Kyle Busch and Joey Logano's crewmen involved there. Let's show you what happened out on the track to precipitate this.
A little bit of blood on the forehead there, Kyle Busch.
I like the looks of this.
Going down the back straightaway.
He's coming off two, headed down the back.
Straight bow. They go to the inside of the two. Little bit of contact. The 22 gets to the white line. Oh, he gets loose underneath them.
Yeah, it gets into him.
I mean, it certainly wasn't intentional. It's just aggressive driving, going for the position.
What's Kyle keep out? How he keep it off?
And then this, after the drivers climbed out of their cars.
It's like Kyle goes after Joey when Joey tried to talk to him.
Pulled Joey away, and that's Kyle with the 22 crew. Vince.
With Joey Logano now, and
you know, just I don't know, I was racing hard there at the end with our Penske Ford, and you know, Kyle and I usually race really well together. We usually never have any issues, and he tried to you know, pin me down into the corner underneath Brad, and we about crashed on entry, and then I was still trying to gather it up by the center, and I was going to spin out, so I'm trying to chase it up, and he was there. So yeah, obviously nothing intentional, but obviously he thinks that, so I don't know, we'll move on.
Any blows landed between the two of you?
None to me.
Yeah, Joey was quickly pulled away from
Your anger at the end.
I got dumped. Flat out just drove straight in the corner and wrecked me.
Any conversation between you and Joey, or was it just the fisticuffs?
That's how Joey races, so he's going to get it.
Because of copyright reasons, I cannot show you the entire replay of Holman, Logano, and Martinsville, but basically Holman and Logano made contact off 4, putting Logano in the wall, and afterwards Logano spun out, and afterwards this happened.
Hey, stop! 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 Get back! Stop!
He does a little, you know, push and then runs away. So that's Joey. He's scared. He said, "Do you want to go?" I said, "Yes, I'm here." But then he runs away. So
What was the altercation on track that led to it?
I got close off of turn 4. It looks like we got together, and it looks like collateral damage. He blew a tire, but I mean, he would probably say, it's your track racing.
You gonna try and find him after this?
No, I don't need to find him. Kind of came off the corner like there wasn't on the car on the outside of him, and ruined our day. I shot to win for sure, and we probably weren't going to beat the 19, but we had a top 5 for sure coming our way if we just were able to survive there. And I don't really know what happened, because once he started hitting me, he didn't lift. He just kept finishing me off. We ran each other fine all day, so I don't know. I don't really know what happened. Here's the replay. He just kind of sends me up there and keeps on going with it. Cut down my tires and fender rubs everywhere. So, you know, at the end of the day, we still got a decent finish out of it, and got some points in the stages at least. But a little frustrated with the situation. Wanted to talk to him about it, and maybe I should have shoved him at the end. It may have escalated a little bit more, but it's frustrating. It's a lot of passion out there.
Why did it get physical, and what did you want to deliver in terms of a message to Denny by going down and talking to him?
Honestly, I just wanted to see what he's going to say, and he really wasn't apologetic at all. So that's more frustrating when someone's like that, isn't it? When someone wrecks you and is like, that's not really what I was going for there. So I just wanted to see what his thoughts were, and wasn't quite the answer I was looking for.
Okay, you're done. All right, just fall fixed up. I'll make
Stay focused in here. We'll get into the third driver. One coming inside.
Oh, Kyle Busch, heavy contact. Wow.
Hey, spun us. Wreck this. Lock it down. No idea what the hell he was doing. Why he was center and high and then went back to the bottom. I was even on the apron trying to stay off of. You alright? Who cares?